Transferring schools for your child. A small matter or a big deal? How can parents support their kids? Welcome, dear parents, to today's sharing session. Transferring schools for your child is sometimes an inevitable decision, yet it carries a multitude of emotions for both parents and children. It's truly a journey where our little angels need immense care, understanding, and the right kind of support from their families. Is transferring schools a small matter, as trivial as a tamarind seed? Or is it as complex as a major issue? More importantly, how can parents become a steadfast pillar of support, helping their children adapt and thrive in a new environment? Before diving into the details, let's go over the key points we'll discuss today. First, we'll explore how parents' reactions, whether indifferent or overly anxious, can impact a child's emotional state when facing a school transfer. Next, why it's crucial for parents to pay close attention to the psychological changes and even the smallest signs in their children during this period. Finally, how parents can stay calm, seek reliable information, and become a solid support system, enabling their children to confidently embark on this new journey. Let's dive in and explore together. Part 1. Parents' perspectives. Being too casual or too anxious isn't ideal. I'm sure many parents would agree that whenever our children face a significant change, our reactions as parents play a critical role, don't they? So, when it comes to transferring schools, what parental attitudes might unintentionally make things harder for our children? Let's find out. From years of working with families, I've noticed that some parents can be quite casual when deciding to move their child from one school to another. They may not give much weight to their child's emotions, perhaps thinking, if they don't study here, they'll study somewhere else. What's the big deal? Some even dismiss their child's struggles at the new school, assuming they're just acting out for attention. But let's think about it. Even as adults, don't we feel disoriented or anxious when starting a new job or moving to a new place? So why do some people easily say, "Oh, they're just kids. What do they know?" The truth is, our little ones are far more sensitive than we often realize. This sensitivity, combined with their still developing ability to regulate emotions and behaviors, can make it incredibly challenging for many children to cope with change and unfamiliar settings. On the other extreme, some parents are overly anxious. I recall a case of a mother whose child was about to enter 8th grade. She not only meticulously inspected the school's facilities but also met with the homeroom teacher to inquire in detail about the other students in the class. She even requested a good seat for her child. It didn't stop there, somehow. During the first class meeting of the school year, she managed to get to the classroom door and asked the teacher for a few minutes to introduce her child to the class. She even memorized the face of the class monitor and, after school, pulled them aside to entrust her child to their care. We all know that 8th graders highly value their pride and can easily feel embarrassed or awkward when parents hover over them like that. Even for parents who are neither overly casual nor excessively anxious, supporting a child through a school transfer in a steady and effective way is no small feat. Many of us have seen the animated film Inside Out. In it, Riley has a wonderful childhood, with core memories, filled with joy that shape her lovable personality. She also has a caring mother and a loving father. Yet, everything becomes incredibly challenging when her family moves to a new city. This shows that the psychological shifts young people experience when starting in an unfamiliar environment are truly complex and unpredictable. It's hard to cover every aspect of this issue in a single short session. Depending on a child's age, gender, and unique personality, 100 children aged 6 to 16 might react to a new environment in 1,000 different ways. Some may initially feel excited and cheerful but later grow bored. Others might start off feeling a bit down but then find joy. Some children may feel scared, which could make them act out more than usual or, conversely, withdraw and become more introspective. Some may stay silent for days. Others might seem completely fine until a teacher notices signs of distress or even depression. Some kids might cry immediately and continue crying for days. Interestingly, the same child may react differently in different environments. A child who transfers schools at age 7 might respond one way, but at 13, when transferring again, could react entirely differently. To fully cover all these manifestations, we'd need more time than a multi-episode TV series, and we'd still have more to say. Part 2. Golden Tips to Help Your Child Navigate a School Transfer. So, faced with the myriad emotional and behavioral changes in our children during a school transfer, what tools and considerations do parents need to be their child's trusted companion? Here are a few core suggestions I believe will be highly valuable for parents. First and foremost, we must recognize that emotional and behavioral changes in children during a school transfer are normal. The word normal here doesn't mean, oh, it's no big deal, nothing to worry about. Rather, it means, this is a very likely, even expected, reaction, so as a parent, I should accept and approach it as calmly as possible. It's like how a mosquito bite causes a bump, or accidentally biting your lip almost certainly leads to a sore the next day. When moving from a familiar, safe environment to a completely new one, most children will experience some degree of psychological upheaval. When parents understand and accept this as a natural process, it helps us stay calm. And a calm, steady parent is far more helpful to a child than one who's just as flustered as their child. Next, another equally important perspective is to view the school transfer as an opportunity for your child to learn something new and grow from it. Imagine if we raised a child in a completely sterile room, free of any bacteria. How would their immune system develop when they step into the outside world? Life ahead is long, and our children will undoubtedly face many more changes and challenges. So, let's seize these immediate difficulties as a valuable opportunity to help our children build mental resilience and enhance their ability to adapt. This will be immensely beneficial for their long-term development. Finally, to truly help your child, parents should be there for them in the truest sense of being together and sharing. First, parents must find inner peace and stability. Only then can we engage with our children gently and patiently to work together on solving the challenges they face. Strive to be a warm, unwavering emotional anchor, so your child always feels they have a solid support system behind them. This will give them the confidence and reassurance to explore and integrate into their new world. Conclusion. For more specific advice on transferring schools for your child, parents can seek out additional resources using keywords like experiences with school transfers for children, children's psychology during changes in learning environments, or even English resources like tips to help your child transition to a new school, or cope with school transition. Knowledge is abundant and readily available for eager parents. In cases where things feel too overwhelming, don't hesitate to seek help from psychologists or educators. The most important thing is for parents to maintain a balanced, rational perspective on the issue and foster a strong, empathetic connection with their child. With this, whether the challenge seems as small as a tamarind seed or as daunting as a mountain, parents and children can together learn invaluable lessons on the journey of growing up. Thank you, dear parents, for listening.